Show your mouth. Of course you do. Of course you do.
For a few days, Jeff kept noticing this tiny fawn wandering helplessly along the edge of the woods. It didn't take him long to realize that if he didn't step in, the little guy probably wouldn't make it. So Jeff helped him out, and pretty soon the baby deer vanished. But the most amazing and touching part of this story, well, that didn't happen until a whole year later. At first, Jeff honestly didn't plan on getting involved. He saw the little fawn near the woods, went about his business, and figured, mom's got to be somewhere close. But the next day, the little fella showed up again, and then again the day after that. By then, Jeff knew that this boy was truly alone and struggling to survive. So he hung a bottle of milk right by the bird feeder and then just stepped back. The fawn immediately trotted over and drained it dry, every last drop. After a few days, Jeff got brave enough to try feeding him by hand. He squatted down, gave a soft whistle, and stretched out the bottle. The fawn hesitated for just a moment, but then he came forward and gently took it from Jeff's hands. That's actually the exact moment Jeff decided to call him Fairy, because honestly, the whole scene felt pretty magical. But it soon became clear it wasn't really about the milk anymore.
How's an apple?
Fairy started showing up at the house just to hang out.
Here? What is this? Fairy, what are you doing?
If Jeff was chopping wood, she'd stand just a few feet away, quietly watching. When he was fixing the shed roof,
Smells weird.
the little deer would lie down nearby and patiently wait.
Doesn't smell like grass at all.
Waking up in the morning, Jeff would almost always find Fairy standing by the porch, like she'd been waiting there for him.
Every morning. Every morning, you're not missing, Fairy, eh?
One time, Jeff even forgot to close the door and suddenly heard tiny hooves clicking on the kitchen floor. He laughed and said, "Are you sure about this, Fairy? It's not very polite barging in like this." But Jeff never forgot that Fairy's real home was always the forest. It might sound strange, but she wasn't coming around for food anymore. She was coming for love and affection. Then one day, Fairy hailed up with some friends, and everything changed.
Little 7-month baby there.
Jeff had always hoped Fairy would learn to live independently, so he often took her deep into the woods, far from the hunter trails. She followed him trustingly like a loyal dog, and she learned how to find mushrooms, leaves, and grass. Every day, she started looking more like a real wild deer. Then one afternoon, Fairy met an adult doe with 2 fawns and brought them right up to Jeff's porch. But the doe immediately saw Fairy as competition and tried to push her away. Jeff watched carefully and then decided to help out, quietly giving Fairy just a bit more food so the others could see that being with Fairy was beneficial for everyone. Soon, the little herd began showing up together each morning. But once the first snowfall came, they disappeared. And no matter how much Jeff whistled, he only got silence in return. But the sadness didn't last too long. Come spring, a grown-up Fairy appeared through the morning mist and immediately nudged her nose into Jeff's elbow, just like she'd never left. These days, she stops by from time to time, still bringing him an incredible sense of joy and energy.
Where do you sleep at?
And speaking of incredible energy, wait till you see this Rottweiler from our last video. He literally refuses to let his owner out of his sight and acts like a total daddy's boy. Go ahead and click on the video to your right. You got to see it to believe it.